Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with another introduction on my channel. I am doing the deck of panning project pan again this year in collaboration with Emilynmax, which is obviously the creator of this project, as well as loads of other people, and I will have the playlist with everyone else down below, and obviously as well Emily's channel. So if you didn't watch this project last year, I will just go over the rules briefly. But basically this project is based upon a game board which Emily has created. She asked for a few influences with the different prompts, but she has created the game board kindly for all of us to use, and that is shuffled every month. So each prompt represented by each card is changed every month, so it's not going to be the same in case you do want to join in. So you do need to check in on the board every month, but that is the game board itself. The game board is structured in a way that the face cards, they do actually stay the same each month. For the rest of it, like I said, it is shuffled, and yeah, different prompts are rolled in each month. And each month you have 5 different products to work on. So how it works is that you pull random cards from a deck of cards, and each card obviously then corresponds to a prompt. I'm not very good at explaining this, I'm realizing, but Emily does have a really in-depth video from last year where she explains all of the rules, and I think she will do one this year as well, but I will, like I said, do my best to explain it. So once you pull the cards, you check the game board, and then you will from there see what prompt you're going to pick, and then pick a product from there. One of the caveats of the product is that you do include one of the jokers from the deck, and if you do roll the joker, you have to pick a product that is really difficult to work on, something that you really don't want to work on. So it's called Are You Joking Me? So yeah, it's just something that you really don't want to pass, something that's really challenging, something that you kind of cringe a bit when you think about. So that's how that prompt works. I think I've covered most of the things, but again, make sure to check out Emily's video just to make sure that you don't miss any of the rules, because I obviously I know the game now, so it's easy for me to like try to explain it because I know what it entails, but I don't know if it makes sense to any of you guys. So make sure to check out her videos because she is really good at explaining it, and she will definitely not miss anything. So that is the introduction of this project. I'm gonna go ahead and pick my cards in a second, but before I do so, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. But let's just jump in to picking the cards. So I have my deck of cards right here. It's actually the Club Nebula deck of cards from Kaleidos, which they did in collaboration with Emilynmax. I love using these cards for this game because they are obviously kind of makeup related. So I'm just shuffling the deck right now, and I do have one of the jokers in here, and the other one is put to the side because you only need one joker in the deck. And once I shuffle a couple of times, I'm gonna go ahead and pick my cards, and normally I just pick from the top, just to make it simple. And we're gonna go ahead and pick 5 cards. So I have my deck of cards. I'm gonna cut it again just to make sure that I don't know what's on top or at the bottom. I do have the deck on my phone, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull that up. So yeah, I do have the deck now up on my phone, so let's go ahead and pick the first card. So the first card is gonna be 10 of diamonds. Okay, so 10 of diamonds is very exciting. It is the prompt glittery, which is something that I adore because I love sparkly things. So that's going to be really good. The second prompt is going to be diamond again, but this time it's 4. So that is SPF. That's decent. The annoying thing is I literally am like 1 use away of finishing my SPF that I'm currently working on, so I might have to tweak that prompt a little bit and maybe roll something in that has SPF in it, like a foundation or something. We'll see how I go about that one, but that is going to be the second prompt. The third one is going to be, this is a face card and it's King of Hearts, so let's see what that one is. So my camera used to die, so I had to take a break from filming, but let's go ahead and pick the next prompt, which is going to be Club of 2. Or 2 of clubs, is that how you say it? 2 of clubs, I think, but yeah, that's going to be the second card. Ooh, that is most recent purchase. I'll have to think about that one, what is my last purchase, but that is going to be the next prompt. Then the very final prompt that we're going to roll in is going to be the Ace of Diamonds. So that is a red ace, so let's see what that is. Okay, so that is actually a really exciting prompt. That is pick your space, which means I can pick any space from the game board. So let's see what the game board is. I might even put a picture of the game board right here so you can see what it looks like, and I'm just going to go ahead and look through it and see what I decided to go for. Okay, so I have decided what I'm gonna pick. I'm actually gonna go for the prompt indie, which is obviously an indie brand, because I have a lot of indie brand things in my collection and I want to get more use out of them. So that is the prompt I'm gonna go for, and that is in the prompt of a 9 of clubs. So yeah, you can see it on the board right here, but that is my 5 prompts. So let me go ahead and pick my products and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back and I have my 5-ish products. So let's just go through them. I can't remember which order I pulled everything, so I'm just gonna go through the order that I have them next to me, and yeah, we just go through them that way. So I think actually this was the first prompt that I pulled, which was glittery, and I decided to roll in one of my Stila glitter and glows in the shade Smoldering Satin. I want to ideally use up my Stila glitter and glows this year because they are all drying up a bit, and this is going to be the first one I'm going to work on. I didn't intend to roll it into this project, but it just fit the prompt so perfectly, so I decided to adding it in. My goal with this will be to finish it, and hopefully, so you can see, if I show this close up, you can see that I already have loads of windows in this, and I probably will have to revive this soonish because it is very kind of dry and flaky, but I'm going to try to give you a swatch. So that is a terrible swatch, but you can see it right there. Yeah, that is what the eyeshadow looks like. Next up, let's go with an SPF, and again, I told you that I already have my SPF that I'm using basically done, so I don't want to start using a brand new product. So I decided to go for a foundation, and this is the Drink Urban Cover foundation in the shade Warm Ivory, and this one, as you can see right here, has SPF 50, so I thought this would be really good to roll in. And it's actually the same strength as the SPF that I use, so although I don't, obviously you can't just use a foundation for SPF because it's not, you don't use enough product for that, but this is definitely something that I think will fit the prompt. And I still have quite a lot of product in here. I think I probably have at least this much left, just shaking it around. It has been laying down, so I'm not quite sure, but it's definitely a lot of product left in here. So I don't necessarily want to add in the gold to finish this. If I do, that would be great, but I think what I will do is put a usage gold of 50 on this, and I think that would be decent, and hopefully means that I can roll this out in maybe 2 months time. And we'll see how I go with this at that point. If I am really close to finishing it after 50 uses, I might keep it in just to finish it instead, but for now I'm going to add it in with 50 uses. So I can't again remember what I rolled next, but let's go with the oldest. So for the oldest, I decided to maybe, I don't know if it's cheating, actually it's not cheating because this is my oldest under eye corrector, but it's not very old, but it is my Becca under eyes corrector. I have the deluxe size right here. This is the one I'm using anyway right now. You can see that I have some decent use out on this one, but the reason why I want to add it into a project is because I currently have 3 backups of this corrector. I purchased one myself, and then my friend Martina, she saw they were selling these in TK Maxx. I think it's because they obviously rebranded and they're selling these under Smashbox now, so I think these wanted to get rid of the old stock, and they were like, I can't remember what, I think they were like £8 if not less, so super cheap. So she decided to pick up 2 of them for me. I think it might even be less than that, I can't remember, but yeah, they were super cheap, so she decided to pick up 2 of them for me. So that means I have 3 backups of this corrector. It is my absolute favorite, and I use it basically every single day anyway, but I just want to make sure that I rotate through these now that I have so many of them before they go bad. I haven't opened any of the other ones, so hopefully they will, fingers crossed, stay semi fresh, because yeah, I haven't opened them at all. But this is the one that I want to focus on now, so my goal with this will be to finish it. It might take quite a while, but as you can see, like I said, I have already used it a fair bit. It is like down to here if you look from the side, so like where the packaging gets thicker. But yeah, it's definitely going to take quite a while to finish this. It's probably going to take another 6 months or so, but I do want to add it into this project nevertheless, and that is going to be my 3rd item that I'm going to work on. So for the next prompt, I rolled in my most recent purchase, and I had to go back, and luckily I was doing my low buy last year, so I tracked all my purchasing, so I know what my last purchase was, and that was from Odin's Eye, where I picked up 2 eyeshadow palettes, which is the Elva palette as well as the Red Dragon palette that they did in collaboration with Judy. So this is my last makeup purchase, which I did in end of November at some point. I didn't actually purchase anything in December, which is really good. That was my goal anyway, but it's good that I kept that. So these 2 are the palettes that I purchased, and I couldn't decide between the 2, so what I decided to do is add in both of them for this prompt. I still have the plastic on them. I think, have I used this palette? I think I might have reached for this palette, but I'm not quite sure. Like I said, I have the plastic still on. Actually, I don't think I even reached for this. I think you guys watched it and that's it. But that is the Red Dragon palette right here. That is going to be the first one. So that is, yeah, the Red Dragon palette. Then the second palette is the Elva, which is the mauve tone palette again. I still have the plastic on this palette, but this is what this palette looks like. And I think this will work really well with my Panda palette because it has those cool tones that will work well with like the shades like Bone Fresco and Venetian Red and those kind of like pinky tone shades. And then we also have some yellow and oranges, which will obviously work well with the warm tones in that palette. So I think this will be a really good companion palette for that. And yeah, what I've decided to do with these two palettes is I'm going to work on both of them. I want to use each palette 10 times, and not 10 times in any capacity. So I might do like a look just using the palette, and I think I'm going to try to do that at least once or twice for each palette. But then also if I just use for like reach for like one shade in combination with other palettes, that still counts as a use. So that is going to be my goal with these two, is to use, like I said, them 10 times each. Then like I said, we rolled in the prompt Pick Your Space, which I decided to go with indie, and I have lots of indie makeup, mainly eyeshadows, so I decided to go with more eyeshadows. I'm crazy, and I said this year that I wanted to not pan as many eyeshadows, but my goal here will be to mainly rotate through them rather than hit pan, and I think with that it's going to be still in kind of line with what my goals are this year. So I'm adding more eyeshadows because I'm crazy. But I decided to go with some eyeshadows that I have in this palette here, which is, the palette itself is from Cleona, and you can see I have quite a few Cleona eyeshadows here on top. I'm working on that shade, which is why it's not in the palette. Or, no, I'm not working on it, but I had it in my BYOP over Christmas, so that's why it's missing. But that is the palette. But I did not decide to roll in my Cleona eyeshadows. I actually wanted to work on my JD Glow shadows right here. As you can see, I have 6 of them, and I just want to trial them all out because I haven't even reached for all of them yet. I think I only reached for 2 of them, and I've had them now for quite a while, so I want to reach for them more. So what I decided to do with these is to roll them in, and I want to use, I was gonna say use each shade twice, but maybe that's a little not, like, maybe that's not pushing myself. I'm going to put 3 uses on each. So I'm going to use each of these JD Glow eyeshadows around here, which is these 6, 3 times each, and that is going to be my goal for the last prompt. And just for fun, I decided to swatch out those JD Glow eyeshadows, so you can see them right there. I could easily have picked these for sparkly too, because they are very sparkly and very special, but those are the shadows that I'm going to work on. Obviously that is the Stila shadow, so those are the 6 JD Glow eyeshadows. And that, you guys, was it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Also make sure to check out Emily down below, as well as the playlist with everyone else who's participating, and I can't wait to be doing this project again this year. It's such a fun project, and if you do panning yourself, I would really recommend you joining in this project because it is fun and I love the game aspect of it. So yeah, if you like those things too, maybe consider joining as well, because I have had so much fun doing this the past year. So yeah, that is it for today. I hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye guys.